3 cucumber market more that I'd forgotten to take to the allotment when I went last weekend. They're actually getting the flowers and little cucumbers on them, and there's 2 little ones in here as well. Now I've got about 7 at the allotment already, so I thought I'd plant them at home, these ones actually, in this middle bed, and just see how they do. I'm going to have to make a frame somehow. Not any canes left. I'm just going to have to cobble something together for them to climb up. So I'm going to plant the 3 big ones here, and the 2 smaller ones I'll let them stay in the pot for a little bit longer and grow them on a little bit, and then I'll either plant them somewhere else or I'll take those up to the plot. So I'm just going to move some of this creeping plant here. It's only shallow rooted, so you know that's not going to affect that, and there's actually some weed liner under here, some weed suppressant, and I'm going to puncture that and plant these a little deeper than they are. I also today just sprinkled a few amaranthus seeds in the beds over here, and also just in the middle there, because the ones at the allotment, they're just not growing, they're really tiny, and I thought they're so hard to nurture when they're that size and they don't seem to be progressing, so I thought I'll just bung a few in the ground and leave them to it, see if they'll just look after themselves and grow. So I know it's not the prettiest thing, but all I've done is got 3 canes, which were all different lengths really, because that's all I had. And I jammed the first hanging basket between the 3. And I did the second one, but the second one needed wire to stop it from keep sliding down. And the same with the third. The fourth is a bit wobbly on top, but it might not even get to that height in my experience. I don't think I've ever grown cucumbers that tall, to be honest. So you might think it looks hideous, but I'm hoping it just serves its purpose and it's practical. Yep, job done. Just helped this largest one get a little hold on the hanging basket, and hopefully it'll romp away now. I'll give them a feed as well, because the leaves on this one are looking a little bit yellow. It's the oldest leaves. I've noticed as well today, just as I've been rooting in the garden, I could just get there without standing on my plants. This here. Now, the only thing I can imagine this is new growth from my cordyline, and it looks like the variegated one. I thought this was the plain green one here, but I could be wrong. The plain green was the tallest. There's one amongst that, the that I cut off. I can't see any new growth around that one, but hopefully that one might come back as well. Yes, I'm not getting my hopes up, but well, I am getting my hopes up. I do hope it's my cordyline coming back. I just can't think what else it could possibly be, and it does look like that, so fingers crossed there. I'm looking a bit different today. I've had my hair chopped, it was well overdue. Next door has very kindly given to me 2 pond pumps. She found them in her shed and doesn't use them, so she said I can have them, which I'm really grateful for. So thank you, Pat, and Bill. So I've tested them and they both work perfectly. So the only problem I've got is the leads are shorter than on the other one, so we need really a waterproof box to connect them. I thought I could pull out more socket that I used to connect the other one to, but it must be a really short extension lead, because unless it's jammed it won't pull through the wall. So for now I'm just going to put it through the window and have it going for a little bit, so I can use one. Well, they can be split and used for the waterfall and the fountain. You can get splitters, but I'm going to use them separately, one for a waterfall, the big one, and the other one for a fountain, I think, sometimes. I've just joined some pipe into it, just so that it's sticking out the water a little bit. It's not the prettiest at the minute, but at least it's in and it's agitating the water. I will put, this is the bigger of the pumps, and I will use this one for the waterfall eventually. But for the other one, the little one, for the fountain, I'll put on a proper little fountain head, I think, and have it, you know, like a flower spray coming out the top. That water lettuce, if you recall on my last vlog, I said I don't want the rats eating it, because that's what was happening last time I had one. All I've done is wrap some cord around it. It's called macrame cord, so it's quite thick, and I've just tied it to a pebble that's shaped so it can't come off, and weighted it down so it'll stay over there. And I pulled the little offsets off, and I've just trapped them in this pondweed here, so hopefully they'll make another big plant each. It's 5 little offsets. The oxygenating plant I put in one of those critter, like a little plastic critter tank that's got vent holes in the top, and just let it establish a little bit till it gets bigger, and then I'll think of something else. I was really chuffed actually before. There were damselflies, those bright blue little damselflies, and a big adult one. I thought it was a dragonfly at first, but it could have been the female version of the damselfly. I'll try and do a still of the video. It was so fast I couldn't catch it on video properly, but I'll try and get a still off that video so you'll see what I mean. Because this flag iris, for the last couple of years I've been cutting it short because I wanted to see the plants at the back, but I've left the flowers on this year, and I'll cut the flower heads off once they finish flowering, because it self-seeds really bad all over the back garden. They must explode or something, and I just find them everywhere. But I thought I'll leave them on to attract the dragonflies, because I did have a dragonfly nymph one year, and I thought the only difference was that I let it flower. So I think the flowers are what are attracting the dragonflies and the damselflies. So yeah, it is a pretty plant as well anyway, but it's just the plants at the back don't get, it's the goat's beard I'm concerned doesn't get quite tall enough to stand out on its own above it. Yeah, but so yeah, that was really pleasing to see those. So it's Saturday, but I'm only nipping to the allotment just to water things. It's 30 degrees today. Andy's helping me, and then I'm just going to go to my mother-in-law's with him. Everything's looking okay though. I was a bit worried because I've not been for a few days that everything would be getting scorched, but it's alright. The peas are really coming along now. I reckon I'll be able to harvest some in the next week. I'll just give them a little bit longer on those. The asparagus peas are getting their little flowers on as well. I don't remember them being as pretty as that last year. They were really pale last year, but they were really struggling. Yeah, so I was mainly worried about the popping sweet corn, the red one, because I only planted that last week. So it's not had a chance to get its roots down or anything, but that's looking alright as well. And the cucumbers and the gourds that I put in last week as well. I'm going to just nip the top out of my spinach. I'm just scared that they're trying to bolt a little bit. I don't know if I'm doing the wrong or the right thing here. I'm only pinching out the very tip. Just going to harvest some of this rhubarb while I'm here as well. I'm going to take half, I think. So you just twist it off at the bottom apparently. Yeah, just like that. I've just stripped the leaves off as well and just put them around what's left, because just to stop the water evaporating after I've watered so much. The revellers at the pub have got on my nerves a little bit, because I'm glad I've not already put all the glass in this greenhouse, because they've obviously been playing football and it smashed a pane in the door. That's the only bit that had a bit of glazing in, and I can tell it's from that direction because the glass is all in me on my path here and in my apple tubs. Accidents happen, but they're always welly in it, and you know, it's just so annoying. But I'm not going to be grumpy. I have brought just my nasturtiums that had germinated. Oh, sorry, I've only got my Crocs on and I've got bits of bark in them. So I brought my nasturtiums that had germinated and some echinops as well. So I'm just going to bung them anywhere. My intention was today, if I was to come on my own, was to sow seeds straight in the ground, but it's so hot and dry I don't think they'll take, so I'll wait. It's supposed to rain today later on, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm just going to help water now, not leave Andy to do everything. So that's it for this week's vlog. Bye. Yay, we have rain. Hopefully it's going over to the allotment. My wind spinner really going for it.
No, that didn't.